Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Rule Well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. New as in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. Some shit went down in Chicago early this morning. Allegedly, there's different numbers coming out. It said 18 people shot, 14 dead. I mean, not 4 dead, 18 shot, 14 injured. So, allegedly, it was from this famous rapper, this rap chick by the name of Mellow Bucks, which is a famous Chicago rapper, a drill rapper. And just from the looks of it, you can tell that she has a dark countenance on it. You know, blacker than midnight with this blonde shit on her hair. But, you know, one thing about Chicago rap is that it's very cutthroat and grimy. And, you know, you're known to directly call your ops out. And then you can get retaliated against, man, which is a bunch of niggerdom. But what I found ironic about the story, because there's several other stories coming around, but the Spirit kind of was on me this morning when I woke up and I saw the story. The Spirit was like, blood sacrifice, you know, but you don't like to jump to those type of conclusions because who really knows? But it's not beyond the realm of possibility for people to sacrifice loved ones in order to make it big in the world. Okay, that was a situation back in, I think it was like 2006 or 7 with Jennifer Hudson. And I believe her brother, somebody was unalived. And I know that because she stayed down the street from my grandmother, her family rather. And it was a shooting. And I believe a couple of her relatives was unalived. And, you know, she had that role in Dreamgirls. And, you know, she blew up for some time and became a notable and a big star. But you don't really hear too much about her no more. She's doing like a lot of behind the scenes work and probably ghostwriting. But nonetheless, that didn't stop her career from flourishing. Okay, so with this situation, you know, Chicago drill rappers usually don't last too long because they tend to try to live out the lifestyle that they rap about. And then the crazy part about it is that they stand in the hood. You know, they'll be around Ducktown. And I'm just throwing some hoods out there in Chicago. You know, Ducktown, Motown, you know what I'm saying? Trefo, fucking O-Block, Seaside. You know, all these different hoods out there. Looneyville, you know, all these hoods that these niggas cram up in and they'll stay there while they're dissing ops and they're supposed to be trying to get out the hood because they got record deals and then they end up dead. So either two things will happen in this situation, okay? If it's a blood sacrifice or a blood ritual, then she's just gonna blow up. The situation may blow over, you know, she may be convoluted with guilt, but eventually she's gonna blow up and be the next rapper, big rapper out of Chicago, which I don't really see that. Okay, you see how big King Von got and what happened to him. So usually Chicago rappers of this caliber tend not to make it very far. Or eventually somebody's going to punch a clock or push a wig back. Because that's usually what happened around these premises, man. So you be the judge. Is this a blood sacrifice or this is just another tale of niggerdom? You know, dissing ops and running into your ops and, you know, somebody gets gunned down. But in this case, I believe it was her family. She had a boyfriend, I believe her brother, and allegedly somebody said her sister, which could have been a friend. But different stories are coming out. So it says, imagine being the hottest female rapper in Chicago. I read this already earlier, but it says here, and you worked. Hold on, let me see something. Cover these people up. I don't want nobody's information out there. But it says, imagine being the hottest female rapper in Chicago and you worked so hard for many years on the craft. Imagine your loved ones coming out to support your new album at your album release party downtown in Chicago, filled with nothing but great vibes, smiles, laughter, good food while they're enjoying your new music. And imagine at the blink of an eye, something goes left and the bullets start flying, killing your boyfriend, your brothers, and your 2 sisters. So those are family, you know, whether they were blood or not. But regardless, if, you know, you considering somebody your brother and your sister, even if they're not blood, then you're pretty close. And oftentimes in this industry, you got to give something up, man. But then again, when you're promoting death in your lyrics, then, you know, this is what happens. And you could tell that she wasn't a righteous person. Okay, it says Mellow Bucks album release party got shot up, GWS to Doo Wop, and 17 others who were who were shit. Ripped to the 3 who passed away. See what else. And this is the 4 people that was killed outside of Artist Lounge, downtown Chicago. Female rapper Mellow Bucks album release party. Condolences to the families. First victim was Taylor Walker, which I'm assuming is the chick right here with the Jordans, man. And these women in Chicago, man, they're fucking harder than niggas, man. All right, like out there, you get into a fight with chicks, hey, they'll come back and shoot your ass. Like, I know chicks out there that ran shit harder than niggas out there. And that's real talk, man. Hell, my auntie, shit, I remember she beat a bitch ass so bad. Like, she beat the bitch, like, literally broke the bitch's jaw in half, man. You know, my auntie, she wasn't she wasn't no big chick or nothing like that, but it's the people who she rode with, and, they was tied to some big heads in Chicago, man. So Chicago just one of them cities, man. You got to be about that shit, or you just got to stay out the way. I call it the city of many diversities, because you'll find every walk of life in that city, and it's such a diverse and such a fun but dangerous but weird city, man, to the point, like, Chicago got every fucking country in it, man. But it says here, Aviance Drexler, third Mel Vante, and the other one was Leon Henry. And these are the pictures of the individuals that were shot and killed at that nightclub. And what's so funny about it is that I mentioned as well that a lot of times there'd be cops doing those shootings. So if this was a blood sacrifice, then nobody's going to get caught up on charges for that, because that could have been some record label hit shit, or it could have just been some straight nigga shit, which is possible. But Chicago is highly surveillance, so there ain't nowhere you can really go to get away to escape a murder unless Esau just don't give a fuck. So if this was just some nigga shit, then Esau probably, I think, 3 days, then after 3 days it called cold case files. They let it go to waste. So like, fuck it, this is a dime a dozen. Because they're anticipating more people getting dropped off tomorrow when it's 4th of July weekend. So it's gonna be a bloody fucking weekend in Chicago, man. In all these major cities. But anyway, I got a video here. And I'm gonna play this video and a couple of more clips, and just kind of get an idea on what everybody is talking about, because there's different stories out there as to, we don't really know what happened. But this is why niggas is a bad omen, man. Gotta stay away from Jake.
Line taunting each other, like she's guilty too. This Mellow chick, she's guilty too. You wanna do the gang bang and shit, you wanna diss the dead ops and shit like that. Well, guess what? Now they finna be dissing yours. I do not feel bad for her at all. She gets zero sympathy for me. You running your mouth is the reason why they shot that motherfucking place up like that. Y'all wanna diss the dead and diss the gangs. Now they saying her boyfriend, her brother, and her sisters and all them got shot. Man, that's on you. You want to play tough as hell, gangbanger girl. You wanted to diss the ops. Y'all motherfuckers be getting caught up in this is the cool thing to do, or it's cool, it's popular to diss the ops, and y'all get caught up in all that shit, and then when something happened to you, when motherfuckers done shot your ass up, then you online crying, making sad ass posts and shit, man. Mellow Bucks, go. Your ass better get out there in them streets. Don't do that shit now. Don't get online, cause if y'all don't know, she already online making sad ass posts. No, don't be making no sad ass posts. Keep the same energy that you had when you was dissing the ops and you was talking shit. And all that shit we was seeing online that y'all was doing, we was seeing that shit. It was even motherfuckers in the comments that was warning this girl, you better stop playing. Motherfuckers was warning her. All this dissing the ops and shit. Motherfuckers was telling her. Now all them motherfuckers out there got stretched because of this one motherfucker, bro. In the comments, let me know if I'm tripping, but bro, and this another thing that got me zoned out. If I'm dissing dead niggas and I'm dissing the ops and all that motherfucking shit, nigga, my ass finna be in the house. Soon as you start dissing the ops and and doing all that gang, motherfuckers is looking for you, bro. Last thing I'm finna do is diss the ops And then 24 hours later, I'm finna throw a big ass party in downtown Chicago. Like those motherfuckers can't drive past.
Right, and that's a valid point. I was just thinking that as this dude was speaking, like one thing about it, when you that notable and you that big and everybody knows you, and you literally throw an album release party that everybody knows what River North is, that everybody know. Like when we go to Chicago, we go up that way towards, brothers got a nickname for it. We call it V Triangle, and I'll leave it at that. But but anyway, so but yeah, when you that big and you talking that type of shit, then people can find you, man. And see, one thing about these new age people, they have a habit of tweeting and filming a location or Facebooking or whatever the hell they used to do. They would literally drop their location talking shit, and then all of a sudden somebody would come and shoot the damn place up and somebody gets murdered, man. See, Jake is just wicked. This is why, hey, we tell you, hey, stay the hell away from niggas, man. Stay away from niggas because, hey, bro, dude made a valid point. He's not wrong for what he's saying. Okay, this demon, she got a lot of people murdered if she wasn't indirectly or directly involved. So let's see what the scriptures say, man. Hosea, matter of fact, we're going to come back to this Hosea. Matter of fact, let's do Hosea 4. And I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. It says, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land." And the crazy part about it is all these niggas know that they heard of the Israelites, but there's no mercy. Jake shows no type of gratuity to one another. Okay, when a nigga disrespect another nigga or they get into it, then all of a sudden, there's no mercy in that regard. But if it was Esau, they showed all the mercy in the world, which ultimately goes back into the curses, because this is the curses in full effect, that thy eye should be evil towards thy brother. And this is a woman, man. She should be at home with our children, married, taking care of the house. Okay, you're not supposed to be no drill rapper, talking all types of shit like you out here and you tough. Somebody can stretch you out, man. You a fucking woman. But of course you got a bunch of beta male simps that's highly emotional, because you can tell these are definitely products of single women homes. This is the product of a single black mother, man, and all the niggas that follow her. Okay, none of these dudes that you see in this picture, I guarantee you, none of these people grew up with a father. They grew up with their fathers. And even if their fathers was in their life, their fathers was a bunch of wicked niggas. And this is the result of it. But it says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, it says they break out and blood touching blood. Yeah. Okay. Over words, niggas get killed. As the scriptures say, a fool's lips enter him into contention. And I'm going to pull that. But it says, therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. Yeah. Because now it's a sad ordeal. Okay. You got people that's scared to come outside in certain aspects in Chicago. Like when you go into like the inner hoods, you go down to like Terrortown and like Ducktown and all those other towns out there, the little sets that niggas be claiming. 10 Troy, which is 103rd. Hey, bro, niggas ain't coming outside like that tomorrow, because they know there's something gonna happen. Niggas gonna get high and drunk, then they gonna start spraying. And also, not to rude Esau doing this double agent shit too, going by and sparking controversy, man, because it could have been Esau that carried that hit out if nobody got caught up. That's very possible. But it says, with the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away, man. But it says, by swearing and lying and killing, and in this case, murder. All right, fool's lips, contention. Lips, contention. Yep, Proverbs 18:6. It says here, a fool's lips enter into contention. And it says, and in his mouth call it for strokes. Okay? And that's that dissing back and forth, because, they say war starts verbally. We had this game, we'll say your mama, your father, and then that escalated from, if you hit me if you bad type shit. Hit my hand if you bad, and then the other person hit the other person, and then the other person to swing on you. But fights start verbally before they get physical. That's how it usually happens. And it says here, fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul, right? And that's the reality of it. what Jake was saying is on point, because he's not lying, because this is what they do. I mean, since the drill era came online back in 2009, 2010, it's been nothing but back and forth, murder, killing, dissing each other, dissing the dead ops. Hell, we was down in Chicago the night that nigga FBG Duck, or the weekend that nigga got clipped. He got clipped around the same area, man. You know, which I believe that was a sacrifice. I believe they sacrificed his ass, because it was funny how like all the street lights and how no cops was within a couple of mile radius, and downtown was completely empty. You know, and all of a sudden the getaway drivers got away scot-free. So we feel like whatever Duck was involved in, you know, whether it was some high up shit or something with the record label, we don't know. But allegedly somebody put a hit on his ass, man. And I think that was deeper than some op shit. You know, a lot of times they will feel that tension among the rival hoods, and Esau would go in there and put a fire under it just to keep them factions beefing with one another. So basically they can do his job for him and take each other out. And Jake, they're too stupid to realize that they're fighting an enemy that they can't even see. So they'll take it out on one another. You know? But anyway, going back, it says here, it says the words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Right. So, yeah, a talebearer is a person that goes up and down, slandering, talking, lying, spewing out secrets. You know? And that's what's happening. There's a bunch of overly emotional, high fructose corn syrup eating Jakes that just want to kill people, man. All because they want to live out their rap lyrics, which that rap shit is wicked as hell. That rap culture is wicked. All right, it says Proverbs 15:1. It says, a soft answer turning away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Okay, and when you saying fuck the dead ops and I'm gonna piss on your grave, that stir up anger among a bunch of contentious individuals, man. Because see, Jake, they're very emotional. Okay, when you diss a dead person, I mean, yeah, you know, it's like disrespectful, but at the same time, they dead. They don't give a fuck. They're in the spirit world. They ain't tripping. Why you tripping? But see, shit like that can be easily rectified. They want to take it to another level, man. And this is why, hey, you can't be among them. And it says, the tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poured out foolishness, man. Okay, so this is what happens. A bunch of foolishness. And nothing good could come of it. Verses 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. All right, because the Lord, he's behind everything. The scriptures say, have evil been done in the city, and the Lord have not done it. Verses 4, it says, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. Verse 5, it says, matter of fact, let's go down to verses 6. It says, in the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in revenues of the wicked is trouble. And this is the house of the wicked. It says, the lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish doth not so. So, you know, a lot of times the scriptures go into a person that speak, or that don't think before he speak. You know, the scriptures say a fool uttereth everything that's on his mind. Like sometimes you just got to just take a chill pill. All right, because the scriptures say that life and death is in the power of the tongue, man. Life, death, tongue. I think that's in Proverbs as well. Oops, tongue. Oops. Proverbs 18:21. And this is why that rap shit is so destructive. Because when you speak death, it comes to you, man. All right. Proverbs 18. And I'm going to start at verses 21. It says here, death and life are in the power of the tongue, but they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So like I mentioned earlier, eventually, if she's behind, or eventually somebody's going to punch her ticket. And that's the how about she how shy. But if it was like some ritualistic type shit, then, you know, I mean, regardless of it, you know, the Lord would still recompense it. But we just got to see what happens. Would this chick blow up afterwards? Or, you know, would she fall off and, you know, just tuck her head in and get her life right? Who knows? But I doubt it's the latter. All right. Let's look at another video. Because, you know, everybody got their opinions on this shit. good could come from being around a bunch of niggas, man. Highly emotional. And Shorty looked like a demon, man. You could just see the dark countenance all over her.
It is alleged that Mellow Buck's album release party was shot up not too long ago. This is still breaking. The Facebook Live is still going right now. But it was an album release party, all women, 12 people shot. I don't know if there's any deceased yet. I will keep you guys updated.
So I'm gonna work my way to the other side. I'm gonna go back live on Facebook and probably Citizen F. So I'm gonna work my way to the other side of the scene. Check on
downtown is usually pretty chill unless you get a bunch of niggas down there. Downtown is one of the safest places that you can go and spend time with your family, man. But when you got these niggas in the midst, this is what happened.
I put all that beef aside and got
shit. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want no copyright strike. Fair use, fair use, fair use. So anyway, that's enough of that, man. You know, we get the point. 2nd Esdras 4, and I'm going to start at verses 24. It says, "And when we pass away out of this world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy, but what will he do then unto his name whereby we are called?" It says, "Of these things I have asked," man, because remember, Jake, the Most High cast us off, man, because we were going off. And this is the result of a nation of destroyed people. Okay, killing one another, just totally impoverished, defunded, mad, angry, just through. And it says, "Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasted fast to pass away, because it's present evil world, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities." Yeah. Okay, because you got a bunch of wicked jakes, which is the result, and that's because the result of this wicked rulership. Okay, you got a damn demon, a devil, that's the head, or that's your ruler right now, which is Esau. So Esau represents death, man. So what do you think that's gonna be on his watch? It's nothing but death. Okay, you got more bad and evil in the world than good. So when you speak of the time to come of the kingdom of heaven being established for the people that we're cursing out and ourselves, it's hard to really believe it, because it's like, come on, man, how can a world this wicked get turned around like that, man? Because it's almost hopeless if you have no faith, you know. But luckily, man, we got faith, and this is why we call ourselves the hopeful elect, man, because we got faith wherein righteous dwelleth, man. That we ain't got to deal with a bunch of YNs and a bunch of out of order nigga women wearing a gold or blonde fucking hair. Here you black as night, and you got that shit on your damn head. You already got demons on you. You know, worry about somebody running up in your spot. You know, we ain't got to worry about that once we get up out of here. It's going to be a perfect and a peaceful and a lovable world, man, that's ran by the Israelites, starting with Yahushua first. But it says, "And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell them." It says, "For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come." So yeah, it's going to get worse up until the destruction. So you think this is going to be an everyday thing here shortly when Jacob's trouble come. Because find out Cesar Chavez, the one that had that fake ass fight with, what's this clown's name? Jake Paul, which I heard he paid people to lose. But allegedly, Chavez Jr. got detained by ICE because he doesn't have citizenship here. And Trump like, we don't give a damn if you a celebrity. Shit, nigga, get out. So violence is coming, you know? But it says here, "If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So basically, it has to get worse before it gets better, because in order for this present world, it's like a storm. Eventually, the storm is gonna die down, and you're gonna see they call it the calm after the storm. The rainbow and the sun shines and the weather is good and the birds are back out chirping. The grass is greener, because the grass is truly greener on the other side of this place. But it says here, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up into this time. Hence these mass shootings, man. School shootings, Esau. And just wait till tomorrow, man. You're going to hear about a lot of people getting fucked up. Same thing would happen in Juneteenth. A lot of people in Kansas City got shot up, man. And how much shall it yet bring forth into the time of threshing come? And we're in that time. It says, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of the wickedness of the grain of evil seed have brought forth. And when the ears should be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? Damn. And then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? And wherefore are our years few and evil, man? Okay? So yeah, man, it's getting ready to get real sticky out here, brother. So we got to stay spiritual, stay out the way, watch who we deal with, and, just keep Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai first at all costs, man, because hey, you don't want to be caught up with these people when they folly, man. One more precept. I'm looking for it. Yep, here you go. Bam. Wisdom of Solomon 2. And I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 24. It says, nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. All right. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify to the next lesson. Shalom.